Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Bookstack Coffee Chat. I hope you've grabbed your beverage of choice and invited a friend or two. So excited to be back here with you. Hard to believe another week has gone by, but had some fun things to share with you today. I thought I'd go back down maybe a trip back on memory lane. And who remembers the little golden books? Anyone have any of those growing up? Hey there, I see you popping on. Be sure to comment in the chat as we go along. I'd love to hear from you. So I had a huge collection of little golden books when I was growing up, literally a huge collection. And I was able to do that, well, my parents were able to do that for me, primarily because they were very affordable. So I have one here. Can you see the price? Yeah, 39 cents. Isn't that awesome? Wouldn't it be nice if books were that inexpensive today? But of course, as kids, we didn't care about the price. That wasn't what interested us. It was the, at least for me, it was the illustrations and also the storyline. So, of course, for the younger readers, it was a lot of rhyming stories to catch their interest and teach them how to say and spell different words. And then as I was going through what limited collection I still have, unfortunately, the majority of my little golden books were burned in a house fire, but a few of them were salvaged, gotten out before when I had moved out of the house. But I was looking back through them this morning, and the stickers, the sales stickers on them, as a book lover, I always hated having stickers on my covers, but it is interesting now to look back to see where the books were purchased, and that alone brought back memories for me. Anyone here had a Hills department store, Hills, when they were growing up? I bought a lot of things at Hills, kind of, well, like Kmart was, and now Walmart, but I loved Hills. And then the other book I have with a sticker on it was Murphy's. And I'm not sure if that was regional or national or what that was, but we spent a lot of time in Murphy's store as well. Yeah, I had the Christmas Story here. That was from Hills. And then Raggedy Ann and Andy. Anybody else love Raggedy Ann and Andy? I absolutely adore them. My sister and I, hi Gladdy, yes, I love these books too. My sister and I had all kinds of Raggedy Ann and Andy toys, and the big stuffed animals, or stuffed dolls they were. We also had a large collection of stuffed animals too. Books and stuffed animals, that's what filled my room growing up. But the little golden books were also really good, not only for parents to buy as gifts, but also for marketers. So I don't know when this started exactly. My guess is in the early 2000s, at least for this company, because on the back of, oh, this is really not showing well, but the Ugly Duckling. Can you see who sponsored that? Yeah, Chick-fil-A gave away little golden books for a while. Isn't that cool? So we got a couple of them that way for our boys. And I always liked the little golden books because they offered an opportunity for me to demonstrate that they were mine, right? They had the book plates inside, so you could write your name. And I don't even know, I haven't bought a lot of little children's books recently, but even adult books, you don't really see nameplates anymore. I remember when I was in high school and college, I would buy the little sticker nameplates to put inside my books because we used to lend them to friends, our books. And I don't even know if they make those anymore. Let me know in the comments if you still use nameplates. And then, of course, if we're talking about little golden books, I just had to share two of my family's favorite little golden books, and hopefully they'll appear well on the screen. But one is Richard Scarry's Mr. Frumble's Coffee Shop Disaster. Did anyone else ever see this book? It is so funny. We loved it. And then the other one is Another Monster at the End of This Book. This, of course, is a classic. So wanted to share that with you. And if you have any young children or grandchildren to buy for, maybe that will encourage you to go out and find a little golden book, and good luck finding it for 39 cents these days, right? Yes, so on to another book that I have been reading this past week and a half. Like I said last week, I didn't get to read it all because I was having too much fun with family. So I picked up my top book off my Bookstack of to-be-read books. There are several there. And the one that I am currently reading is Things We Didn't Say by Amy Lynn Green. Has anyone read that yet? If you have, don't give it away in the comments, but just raise your hand. Let me know if you are enjoying it. I really like this book. And it's interesting how she puts it together. It's completely comprised of letters. The whole storyline between multiple characters, it's characters writing letters to each other. And so keeping up with the timeline and all of that must have been a nightmare as she was writing it. But she has put it really together very well. And there's a little bit of suspense and mystery involved, some humor as well. And I love how she incorporates the Christian faith, and how some of the characters are questioning their faith, and it's a very good read. So let's see here. I had a couple of little quotes because you know how much I love to read, and so I love reading quotes. And so in the book, one statement that she makes is, well, one of the characters says, "Real life is dreadfully tedious the way it interrupts reading." Yes. I can easily get lost in a book and can become annoyed whenever I become interrupted, and especially in a really good part. Another quote here that I was going to share is that people in books are much less complicated than the ones in real life. That's pretty true as well, right? And then she goes on, there's some tension between her and her mother, and talking about complicated people. And she says here, I'll just read this one paragraph. It's right after an event that really surprised the main character about her mother. And so the main character is writing, "I'm afraid that at times I've dismissed my mother, who married at 19, raised 2 daughters, and never seemed to want more out of life than a quiet existence knitting, supporting Dad, and perfecting her smothered pork chop recipe. It's in times like these that I realize she's a stronger woman than I'll ever be." That speaks so well to me, because as someone who has helped individuals write their life stories, and then I have spoken at numerous communities, retirement communities, about the importance of life story and preserving your experiences and your memories. And it's interesting that all but one of my clients has been men. And whenever I speak at these communities, well, when I spoke pre-COVID, hopefully I can go back to doing that again. It was a good 50-50 of men and women that attended. But of those women that attended, so many of them would come up to me afterward and say, "I don't think that I should write my story. I don't have anything worth writing about." That is so not true, especially to your family members. Like this character was saying, she realized there was so much more to her mother she never realized. And that's because her mother had never shared with her, right? So as we approach Mother's Day and Father's Day, encourage your parents to share their stories. I have a couple of resources that can help you. I have a book called the 1-Year Collection of Weekly Writing Prompts. So if your parents are thinking, there's no way I could write a book about my experiences. Well, yes, they can, because this is just answer one question a week. And at the end of the year, you pretty much have at least the basics, the rough draft of your life story, which is so worth sharing. And that's available on Amazon or at my website, dailybickle.com. If you're looking for something a little more in depth, I have I do commission biographies. So I interview people and then write their stories for them and privately publish them or help them self-publish traditionally as well. And then if you're just looking for a single small gift, there's also the Voice Your Story package that I offer. So that's just a 2-hour interview that I provide the transcript and the recording of. And you can learn more about that right here. Let me put that up there at my website as well. So those are a few things to help you think about for yourself or a family member, because our experiences and our memories matter, but also I encourage us to consider our testimonies, right? Our Christian testimonies, and preserve those for future generations as well. I was looking at Psalm 45. Did I put that? Yes, Psalm 45, verse 1. And let me read that to you. It says, "My heart is overflowing with a good theme. I recite my composition concerning the King, Christ. My tongue is the pen of a ready writer." So whether you're speaking your story or writing your story, always be sure to include your testimony of what God has done for you, through you, and with you. So thank you so much for joining me today. I know this one's a little quicker than some of the others, but I didn't have a lot of reading to share with you, but hopefully you enjoyed that and maybe got some new things to be added to your reading list. Also, I hosted a writer's write-in for Christian writers yesterday, and we had a great time, productive time writing. If that's something that you're interested in joining, it's free, happening every Wednesday. You can contact me and let me know if that's something that you're interested in. You can direct message me or whatever. But anyway, at the end of that, we were talking, and they gave me some great ideas for future episodes of this coffee chat. And so I just wanted to throw out there that there might be some interviews involved of some authors. And so let me know in the comments, whether you're watching live or the replay, if that is something that really interests you. The backstories of how they wrote their Christian books, there maybe some devotional authors, but definitely also some people who have written life story experiences and things of that nature. So let me know if that interests you. And I hope that you have a wonderful and blessed day. See you next week. Bye-bye.